Hey, Fidelity. How can I remember to invest every month?
With the Fidelity app, you can choose a schedule and set up recurring investments in stocks and ETFs.
Oh, that sounds easier than I thought.
You got this.
Yeah, I do. Now, where did I put my keys?
You will find them where you left them.
Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Pepsid Complete knows that food is one of the best parts of game day. That is, until heartburn strikes. Thankfully, just one chewable tablet of Pepsid Complete provides dual-action heartburn relief with an antacid that starts working instantly and an acid reducer that lasts all day. So you can stay focused on that second helping of chili without worrying about heartburn. All day based on 8-hour symptom relief studies during the day. Use product only as directed.
Welcome to the Dulce Candy podcast. I am Dulce Candy, a certified health coach, meditation and yoga teacher, content creator, and war veteran. This is a sacred space for Latinas and all women ready to heal, grow, and reconnect with their true essence. Here, we slow down, breathe deeply, and have real, honest conversations about life, spirituality, wellness, healing, and the beautiful, messy moments in between. Through guided meditations, heartfelt chats with inspiring mujeres, we'll nurture the mind, body, and soul. So grab your cafecito or cacao, open your corazón, and let's dive in. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a new season. We are here, and I am so happy to be connecting with you guys once again through this medium. I know that it's been several months since our last episode, and so much has happened since then, of course, you know. One of the biggest things is that if you don't follow me anywhere else on social media, you wouldn't know that I moved my entire life to Texas. It was definitely a really huge transition that I am still maneuvering. I have been growing a lot since then, and this is exactly what my family and I needed to progress and to be on our right path, even though it's been, quite challenging being in a new state and adjusting. And also I have a 14-year-old, and so it's a little bit more challenging for him because, he's a teenager and he's in 8th grade, and it's a little different, But my little one, he is doing great. I mean, they're both doing great, and we're all doing excellent and great. But it has been challenging nonetheless. More on that journey on another episode. Since we last spoke, I also hosted an incredible, beautiful, meaningful, deep retreat in Costa Rica with beautiful women, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. It really felt like a dream. I just can't wait for our next one. But it was really beautiful, guys. If you want to see photos and videos, you can go to my website, dulcecandy.com. I have some photos that I shared from the retreat, but it was such a dream come true to be teaching meditation in Costa Rica, and this just shows you how important it is to follow that inner calling, even though you might not know what's on the other side, but just following those little callings within. That's what I did with meditation and, getting certified as a meditation teacher. I ended up being in one of my favorite countries in the world teaching meditation. It was such a dream, Our backdrop was this beautiful ancient volcano surrounded by nature, just being held by the land of Costa Rica. So many beautiful memories and experiences that I just can't even describe with words. You really had to be there. So I want to let you guys know that I am hosting another retreat, and this time we are going to Bali, Indonesia. And it's happening this July. I just got another booking this morning, and I'm so happy when I see bookings. I will leave all the information down below. I'm looking at the retreat page. But yes, we're going to Bali, guys. I know, I never thought in my life that I would ever make it to Asia. And even better, I get to travel with women, and I get to put these retreats together for women in my community, so we can all have these beautiful experiences in different parts of the world. I mean, truly, this is a dream come true. Bali is known as a place of magic, transformation, spiritual awakening, and I curated this retreat to be a deeply nourishing experience. We're going to have daily meditations, powerful women's circles, sound baths, and even water purification rituals. So we're really going to be in the Bali culture, or Balinese culture, I should say. We're going to have practitioners from the land actually offer some of these beautiful ceremonies to us. And of course, we're going to see everything that Bali has to offer, and we're going to do it as a community. And honestly, I cannot wait to meet you on that first night so we can toast and have an incredible experience together. So if your heart is saying yes, I would love for you guys to join us. Spots are limited, so if this speaks to you, head on over to the link down below in the info, and you will see all the details there, and you'll also join a private group where all of us are connecting so we can get to know each other before July. So summer is going to be unforgettable. All right, so let's get into today's episode.
Brace the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
I can say to my new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, hey, find a keto-friendly restaurant nearby and text it to Beth and Steve. And it does, without me lifting a finger. So I can get in more squats anywhere I can. 1, 2, 3.
Will that be cash or credit?
Credit. 4.
Galaxy S25 Ultra, the AI companion that does the heavy lifting so you can do you. Get yours at Samsung.com. Compatible with select apps. Requires Google Gemini account. Results may vary based on input. Check responses for accuracy.
Now, today's episode is one that is deeply personal to me because I am in the middle of it right now. I find myself at a crossroads in life. I know that crossroads can be exciting, but they can also feel confusing, frustrating for sure, and even lonely. There's a feeling of standing in between two worlds. The version of yourself that you've outgrown and the version of yourself that you're stepping into. So in this episode, we're going to talk about how to recognize when you're at a crossroads, why these moments happen, and how they can actually be a gift, how to navigate uncertainty with clarity and trust. And I'm also going to share some journal prompts and affirmations to help you guide you through this journey. I feel like reflection is so key when you're in this in-between state, and these are really helpful for me to just gain more clarity. So if you feel like you're lost or stuck right now, I want you to know that you are not alone. So many people go through this situation. I'm in it right now, and you're not lost. You are just in a sacred transition. I want you to think about it like that. You're not lost. You're in a sacred transition. Now, I find myself at a crossroads, and I'll share with you a little story about how I actually found myself at a crossroads right now. And it's not going to happen just once in your life. I think this is something that's going to continue to happen. But when it first happened to me, that I recognized and I was aware that, oh wow, like I feel lost. I didn't know that It was just a transition. And I love to put it as a sacred transition. You're transitioning. So how do we maneuver through that transition? So first of all, how do you even know, right? Sometimes it's really obvious. Maybe you're facing a major life decision, like whether you want to stay in a job or, leave a job, move to a new place, like myself, moving to a whole new state. Maybe you're starting a new career, or you're not happy in your current career and you just know that you need to make a big shift, or you're about to end a relationship. Those are pretty obvious, right? Other times, it's so much more subtle. So here are a few signs that you might be at a crossroads. Maybe you start to feel a deep restlessness, like the life that you have been living just isn't it anymore. Maybe you feel like you're standing still. You're ready for something new, but you don't know what. Life feels uncertain. Doors are closing. Things are not flowing like they used to. And clarity just really does feel out of reach. And by the way, whenever a door closes on you or you get rejected, never take it personal. It's never about you. Truly, it's never about you. It's always a blessing if you don't get what you wanted or what you thought you wanted. Or maybe you start to get a lot of signs and synchronicities. Maybe you start to see angel numbers everywhere, or you start hearing the same message, or you feel like something is pushing you in a new direction. I want to know in the comments section, what are some signs that you have been seeing a lot? For me, it has been my birthday number, 820. I've been seeing it everywhere and it was driving me insane. It's already been a whole year and I still see it every single day. 802 or 820. So whenever you find yourself at a crossroads, it's not just about making a decision, it's more so about alignment. And I guess I should say realignment. It's a time for us to pause, to reflect, and ask, who am I becoming and what do I truly want? I used to think that crossroads were a sign that I was lost or I was doing something wrong. But now I realize that they are proof that we are evolving. Even my 14-year-old son, I found we were doing this art project where we were going to just draw and paint something to represent how we're feeling right now in this transition. And so I had him, and I did this myself, we were doing this together, I had him write 2 positive feelings that he was feeling right now, and 1 feeling that he was having a challenge with. And the word that he used that he was having a challenge with was lost. But being here in Texas, on a personal note, we're all of us are going through this transition. We're all evolving here. And we're being asked, who are we in this chapter of our lives? Yesterday on the way to the dog park, I was telling everybody in the car, my husband and my 2 boys, that we are the heroes of our own story. So how would a hero maneuver through this chapter? Are we going to be victims, or are we going to take this opportunity and do the things that a hero would do? We're going to be victorious. And crossroads are truly an invitation for us to grow. And this is about stepping into a new version of yourself. So you can't think the same as you did. You really have to analyze and look at yourself very bluntly and truthfully. And that's why these moments are such a gift. See, my son is not lost. He's also in this transition. Okay, so if you find yourself here, how do you navigate it when you literally have no idea what to do next? And this is what I've learned, because I was just in this space of I don't know what to do next. First, we are being asked to pause and reflect. Most of us rush to find an answer. And we try to use our logical brain to make sense of what's happening, and you're not going to get nowhere trying to make sense. You're actually just going to drive yourself crazy trying to find an answer by being logical. So instead of forcing a decision, give yourself permission to pause, to sit with yourself, to journal, to meditate, and ask, what is this moment trying to teach me? What am I learning here? go on walks and talk to yourself, talk to the creator of the universe. Next, tune into your intuition. This is not step by step what you need to do, but these are just some ideas. Your soul already knows the answer. But like I said, when we try to cloud it with our logical brain, we are clouding it. And this is when meditation is one of the best tools for this, because you begin to quiet down the logical brain and the chatter and the constant thinking and thinking and thinking. And so now you're giving space with meditation. Through meditation, you're giving space to your mind for new awareness and to listen to that inner voice. And not even the inner voice. It's truly not even a voice. It's just guidance that you receive in that empty space through meditation. And this is why meditation is so important as a daily habit, as a daily ritual, as a daily practice, because you get better and better every time that you sit down and meditate and practice concentration. You can also try, talking to someone. That really helped me, and that someone for me is my bestie, my husband. You can read books on this subject to maybe give you a little bit more insight or clarity. You're listening to this episode, which is really great. Maybe a little seed is planted in there. You can talk to a trusted friend to just kind of give you a fresh perspective. That truly helps me a lot too, just to hear someone else's point of view. Yeah, sometimes that wisdom needs to come through someone else's voice. And I'll talk about it in a little bit later on this episode, how that wisdom came through another person, my husband. And yeah, it was pretty magical. You don't need to have it all figured out. I want you to remember that. Just take the next step and ask yourself, what is that one thing I can do today to move me toward clarity? Meditation, having a conversation with someone, making a list, getting quiet, going on a walk, simply letting go of what is happening and not trying to control the path, trying to control an answer. And I do know how frustrating and uncomfortable this moment is. I think frustration is one of the biggest feelings that I felt when I was in this journey, just recently, and I'm still in it, but now I know that now I know what to do, Now I know, I was trying to control so much and I wanted an outcome in my timing. And right now, I am just all about trusting whatever's guiding me, letting things unfold, even when it doesn't feel like it, making the best out of every day, showing up with an optimistic, positive, grateful attitude, and just trusting in the timing of things unfolding. Now, if you have your journal with you, we're going to get into some journaling questions that I want to give you so you can take some time, make your little cacao, maybe a blue lotus tea from Anima Mundi, or your cafecito or a tea. Make something for yourself, light a candle, maybe put some beautiful soft music in the background, and make journaling a ritual. You don't have to do journaling as the one thing that you have to do every single day for healing or something like that. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be something that is done when you feel like you need it. So making it a ritual just makes this experience even more meaningful. So you're really devoting time for your journaling practice. So I'm going to give you some questions. They're also going to be down in the info bar of this episode, so you can come back to that in case maybe you're driving or you're walking, and probably right now is not the time to journal since you're just listening to the episode. I really want you to make it a ritual and make it just, do whatever calls for you to do. Maybe you just want to sit outside and journal. Maybe you don't need all the fancy things, but I like to make it a ritual because this is a moment for me to gain more clarity, Here are the 5 questions for clarity. Write without judgment. What crossroads am I currently facing? What emotions am I experiencing about this transition? If I had no fear, what would my heart be telling me to do? What is one thing that I can do today to invite clarity into my life? How can I trust that everything is unfolding for my highest good? And now I also want to share some affirmations for trust and clarity. I am exactly where I need to be. The answers I seek are already within me. I trust that life is guiding me in the right direction. I surrender to the unknown and welcome new possibilities. I am safe, I am supported, and I am on the right path. The last thing that I wanted to share was just a brief little story about how I was inspired to write and create this episode. So my husband and I went on our daily 2-mile walk with the doggos. You know, the dogs have to do their business. So my husband took the dogs and I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to just continue walking while the dogs do their business. I just need some time to just kind of like process what I'm feeling, because I'm feeling misaligned right now, and I just really need to process what I'm feeling and just kind of talk it out. And on a personal note, I love to envision Jesus Christ walking next to me, and I just tell him all of my thoughts and feelings. I just kind of like just tell him and pretend that he's listening. Actually, he's not even pretending. I feel like it's true. But anyways, so I'm just kind of talking about everything that I'm feeling. And I just said, I'm frustrated. And I feel guilty for feeling frustrated. But I'm feeling so frustrated. And then I was walking and I just kept trying to rationalize and logically come up with an answer as to what is the next thing that I need to do. And I was just kind of telling God, can you give me, an answer to what I'm feeling? I just need guidance and I need clarity. I just need guidance and clarity. Can you give me that? Finally, about 45 minutes later, my husband catches up to me. He noticed that I needed some alone time. And we start talking and I tell him what I was feeling and what I was doing and why I needed this alone time. And he's like, it sounds like you're at a crossroad. And I'm like, a light bulb just went off in my head. And that's exactly what I needed to hear in that moment. I said, yes, that is the clarity that I was praying for. And I told him, I just prayed about clarity and you gave me the clarity. God used my husband to tell me that message. You're at a crossroad. Now, it's not solving, quote unquote, solving anything. It's not like giving me the detailed plan of like what I need to do. But that word alone let me know that I am in a space of transition. Everything I'm feeling is because I'm in a space of transition. Prior to that, I didn't know that's what I was feeling. I just felt all over the place, uninspired and just like misaligned. But that was the clarity and the guidance that I needed in that moment that shifted everything. And here's the other kicker, the other reason why it's so much more magical to me. Where we moved to is known as the Crossroads. That's not the name of the city, but it's known as the Crossroads. Even many businesses here will name their business Crossroads and then the name of their business. So Crossroads washing and drying place, or Crossroads nail salon, Crossroads plumbing. Everything is Crossroads, even though that's not the name of the city. But it's known as the Crossroads because you can go to Houston, to Brownsville, to Austin, to San Antonio, to Mexico. You can go anywhere from this little hub. And I find that even more astonishing because we landed, God literally placed us in a town known as the Crossroads. And I'm in a crossroad, my hubby's in a crossroad, and my son is in a crossroads in our own lives. Does that not tell you how amazing this all works out? The only reason we're here is because we found a home that was seller finance, because we had to still sell our home back in Los Angeles. And we were able to buy this home and do seller finance and like instantly move out of the home in LA so we can actually sell it and stage it and do all of those things that we couldn't do while we were there. That's why we had such an urgency to move out of Los Angeles at the time being. We found this house and we just pulled up in here. We found this town, the city, the small city. It's up and coming. It's really cool. And that's just where we are right now. This is a chapter that I'm truly appreciating. If you knew and you were told everything you had to go through in order to continue on your path, a lot of us wouldn't take that leap. We would stay in our comfort zone. So don't ever let what could happen, the what ifs, don't ever let that hold you back from doing that. We're not trees. We can move. If something is not working, we can move. We can do things. We can change. We're not stuck to one place. And if you're not happy there, you can change. We can move. You know, that's one of the things that I thought about. Like, if this is not for us, we can go somewhere else. We can always go back to California, you know? But this is part of the journey, and I want to live the journey, and I want to be fearless, and I want to, you know, follow that inner calling, even though I know it's not easy. It might not be easy. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be happy or peaceful or content or excited or make new memories. You know, I'm so looking forward to all the friends that I'm going to make here in Texas, the community that I'm going to build here in Texas, the events. We've already made some incredible friends that we wouldn't have known if we wouldn't have been here. If this episode spoke to you, I would love to hear from you. So send me a DM, leave a comment, or share this episode with someone who might need it. And know that something beautiful is waiting for you on the other side. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Dulce Candy Podcast. If you enjoyed our conversation, please take a moment to rate and review the show on your favorite podcast platform. It truly helps us reach more listeners like you. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Connect with me on social media for behind-the-scenes content and updates. Until next time, stay inspired and have a blessed and beautiful day.